How's it, everybody? Welcome back to Scattered Island. It is another gloomy, rainy day over here. I have become so used to it. It is now a norm. In fact, I am starting to love the rain. No, man, I lie. I don't love it, but I have become used to it. It's something that I have come to appreciate. I think it adds a certain element to the picture that you see with the raindrops. It allows the landscape to not be so bland and actually have something happening. But anyways, everybody, welcome. This is what we did the last time. So in the last video, we filled in pretty much all of the space, which was a huge development. And the plan was to have extended the city all the way up to this point, but unfortunately we ran out of time, and so we didn't get around to doing that. Today, I want to take a bit of a break from building up the downtown and let us take a trip all the way out to an area that I have been talking about developing for the longest time, which is this Trumpet interchange that gives access to the city. I don't like how plain this is. I think it is too simple of an interchange for something that's going to connect up to such a major city. And also, I want to develop another town here, maybe something in this space. I definitely want to develop something further down that space and that space. And with all of that in mind, I want to try and make this look a little bit more elaborate. So I want to get rid of the simple trumpet, and we're going to connect up this road to this one. So the highway, I want it to look like it cuts into this main city. Since this is the main city, this actually comes and cuts into the main city. But then off of here, we're going to branch off and connect to this one that goes out into that space. Something that I think at some point I'll rework and let it cut through the middle over here so that I can have like farmland and stuff along the side. But I have it connect up to here, and then we'll work out a way to connect it up to this side and also branch it off to this side. It will probably become a smaller, highway, expressway type road going into this area to feed the town that we're going to develop here. I'm going to do my best to maintain the train station or the train line over here, and once we're done with all of this connection, we will then come along and connect the rail line as well. So that's the plan for today. Let's see how far we can get. Well, there's no let's see how far we can get. I need to get this in, and assuming we've got enough time, we'll jump in and start putting down the public transport lines. But whatever happens, we need to get this interchange looking a little bit funkier than it currently looks, just so that it complements what is happening there. All right, everybody, let's start demolishing. Let's start building. Let's get out of that. Let us grab a couple of tiles that is going to make all of this a little bit easier. So I'm going to grab these tiles, these ones, and let's get ourselves connected to the outside walls, shall we? That is 23 tiles. That should be more than enough. Of course, I plan on cutting it that way. Anyway, I think this is fine. If we need more tiles, we will come and buy. We've got a whole 51 still available to us, so that shouldn't be a problem. I don't think I'm going to come out this far, but just to be safe, let's grab that. And just to be safe, let's grab those. Let's grab those two as well. And then I think we've got more than enough space. I might grab one or two to leave an arterial coming down here, but that's a future times problem. Alrighty. Let's demolish. Let's start building. Alrighty, so we started something. I must be honest, it was looking boring until I put this loop here, and now I'm like, here we go. Now you're looking like something that I want. When everything is just plain vanilla straight like that, it's boring. So you need to add some excitement to things by adding a couple of loops. So this is now forcing me to send the road in this direction with the aim that we will go and do some development somewhere in that vicinity. What I want to do now before I continue is I want to slap down a ton of trees, because you know there have to be trees on the map, doesn't matter what. And the sooner I plonk down these trees, the more opportunity they have to grow. And I think we've got more than enough money now to splurge on trees for a bit. So let's get all of these in here and then let them grow over time. All right, we've spent, that's a lot of money we spent planting trees. All right, we've got trees all over this place. I am so excited for them to grow. And then over here, once we're done with everything, I'm going to come and zone in a couple of hills and mountains and stuff, just so that it looks like the road was built in and around the valleys that exist between the hills. So that's the idea. Even over here, the idea is to have additional connections. So because I plan on having industry all around this area, I'm going to want to do stuff like this. So, and then we're going to connect up this one all the way like so. And we're gonna have connections like those that are going to make their way in and out of all of these various roads that we have. And you know what, just for the sake of completion, what we then do is we can get another thing here. I think that will be a bit too far. So what we can do is convert this into one of those, and then we can connect up a road off of it. And I think the best place would be to connect it would be maybe here, and then we can convert this one into a 3-laner right there, get rid of that, and then we can connect this chappy right up to that space. There we go. So now we've got another way in and out of this industrial area. Of course, we're gonna have some kind of a bridge that's going to cross to access this place. I'm not 100% sure how I'm gonna hook that up yet, but I think that looks pretty cool. So I've been trying to work out the best way to connect this road up to this one, and I've realized that it following the current route that it takes is not going to work for me. So I want to try and maintain this sort of loopy, flowy type paths that the roads are taking. So we're going to go ahead and acquire a few more tiles that are going to enable me to do that. So I'm gonna get all of these as well as these ones. How many are those? Those are 13 or 46. Okay, cool. We'll grab these two as well so that I have easier access to this. I think we'll probably bring it out down this way and then send it up to there. With that, you know what, we might as well just grab all of this because that's going to get undone and we might have to reconnect it up. So let's grab those. That puts me in a fairly good, comfortable position to be able to bring this over this way. I want to split it here and here, but I'm not 100% sure how yet. So let's extend the highway out and let's see how all of it shapes up. Alrighty, we have a connection going. So coming all the way from here, we can now connect up and go to that town. I've got a little off ramp here. I haven't connected a way around to this. The idea is that I want to do it via this route. So there won't be a connection from this onto that. It's going to be some elaborate thing that we'll expand on in a little bit. So we'll have a connection that comes in this way whilst branching this road off in that direction, because I want to put my power plant here. So this is going to be quite a bit of a connection space as well. I am considering putting a train depot, rail yard, there we go, a rail yard right here, but I'm going to have to see. I think I've got enough clearance underneath here that if I have the rail yard sitting around about here somewhere, yeah, I think if it sits right here, there's more than enough room for me to be able to connect everything up to here, whilst at the same time connecting this up to the railways and then creating some intricate networks to get it connected. All right, let's unpause. Let's let the game run for a little bit and let me see what happens to all of these cars. Okay, so they all magically flew to the highway. We've got these ones who have obviously caught on to the closest road to them. They go in that way, so off they go in that direction. But otherwise, we should have flow that should be able to get on via this way and out that way. And then coming from here, connect and be able to get into the city. Alrighty, people, we are moving. All right, I want to take this opportunity. Let's get the rail connected and let's see if we can get some rails or some trains moving. Okay, we've connected up the rail line. It's a huge thing that is taking on shape around here. I think the only thing that I'm missing is I was meant to put down one of these, just a couple of these here to give this place a little bit of extra life. So let's plop these down. Now that we've got our rail line in, let us connect up the first set of trains and let's see if we can get some trains moving. Let's start off with passenger. So we're gonna go all the way down to this chappie. I want this to be the main train station. How do I get it on this side? Oh, there we go. So that chappie, I wonder if I could use this as some kind of a waypoint. Yes, I can. Not here though, but I can use this as a waypoint. So I hope that means that the international traffic will bypass and go that way. And we're gonna go connect it up to the outside world. Come all the way back and let us complete the route. All right, let's see if we can get some trains moving, shall we? So the first train got shot out. Off it goes in that direction. And I'm realizing that I did not connect this line up with this one that goes in. It looks like its pathfinding doesn't allow it to use the, what's this thing? The rail yard. So we're going to give it a little connection up. Maybe let's connect it up like that. And there we go. We've got a connection that goes into that one. And now we should hopefully get this train, once it comes back, wherever it went, to arrive at our destination. And there she comes. Our first international train has arrived, people. It has arrived. But it was carrying no passengers. I believe this one was spawned directly on the track. Speaking of which, you see my trees are glitching. It looks like they glitch only when I zoom in real close. That seems to be a trigger for me. Anyways, everybody, we're excited. Trains have started running. And a whole bunch of them have arrived here at the same time, carrying absolutely nobody. Let's see if we can see some arriving with a couple of passengers. All right, look at that. They are using the, I don't know, should I call it a slipway? They're not going through the station, which is nice. They're using this waypoint that I put down. So that will allow the international traffic to flow freely through all of this space, which is awesome. Yeah, look at that, people. Look at this. Look at this. We should see some people jumping off of this train. Come on, train. We have our first set of passengers coming off the train. How awesome is that? All right, so that's the international lines connected. What we'll do is we'll run a couple of passenger trains between this station, that station, and that station, so that we can start moving our people around. So we're going to have, okay, I can still go ahead and connect. We will go and connect up you, and it will run through, let's say, the center one. Nope, where are you? That one. We'll run you through that one and connect you up to that station. And we go all the way back here, connect you up to that one, and let us complete the line over there. Now with that done, we should hopefully get the rail yard spawn a train or two and let them, there it comes. Yeah, so that one's going to come in, and now we have train connection between this area, and that area, which is fantastic. If I go into my transportation, we go and look at trains. Which one is it? This I'm sure is the outside connection because it is like super long. So let's switch that one off. So this is definitely the outside connection. So I'm going to rename this to outside connection, and this is going to be my local line. Yay. All right, cool. And that should start moving our passengers between these areas. That is done and dusted. Trains are in. Now this chappie isn't connected yet, so maybe let's get a road in. I'm not sure. I think the road will go down this way and connect up to that, or I'm thinking of bridging it across here. I'm not 100% sure yet. So let me not tackle this one just yet. Maybe I'll go ahead and start working out the connection for a few more of these roads. Alrighty, we've got a nice hill or two hills going on here with the highway going in between, which is exactly what I wanted. And then this can navigate its way around this hill and come to the back here. Now, what we did is we've left this road stopping over here and one going off this way. This is going to feed into our power station over here, and this road is going to come all the way at, say, sort of back routes to have some kind of a small little settlement here, maybe just a bunch of farmlands, who knows, we'll see what I'll do over there. And then we've got this one, okay, that one already dead ends over there, but then we put this together as a way of being able to get from the industrial area here all the way to this rail yard without having to get onto the highway. So this is a back route, you could say, that gets you on here, and then at the same time off of this highway, if you're coming from the main city center, you can get off and access the highway this way. And it also provides us a way to get around and back into that side. I would imagine this could be a way that is potentially faster to access the little industry that we're going to zone here versus coming down this avenue that's going to run all the way along here, because we're going to have stops along as we have zoning and all kinds of stuff happening on here. So I can imagine the back route being much faster. Now with that connected, if I unpause, this chappie should get access to all the stuff that we need, which is our water and electricity, and eventually they'll get people that will start working there. So that's it. We've got a nice big rail yard in. We've got ways to access it. I think in the next video or two we'll probably zone a couple of areas around here, but what I want to do is that I actually want to get more of the unique buildings around here so that it looks like it's some kind of a factory area, big factory area that is just off from where the harbor is going to sit. What I haven't decided yet is whether or not I'm going to keep this bridge. I'm really considering getting rid of this bridge so that we can have a nice big waterway for the ships to take, and then we will have a bridge that will connect to this island over here, but then we'll terraform a waterway through this space that will take you out into the rest of the region. So that's what I'm thinking around there. But for now, I love this hill here. I think what we can do is to continue with the hills around the whole landscape. We can put another one somewhere around here, because I really want to keep to this hilly, whatever you want to call it, look that the city has, or this map has, and really bring it up and play around with it. Let the hills form around a lot of the infrastructure that we will build, so that it looks like the region developed in and around all of these valleys and little, what did you call these things, buttes, butts, whatever they are, that are just scattered all around the landscape. And overall, I think this is going to offer some beautiful cinematics when all of this area gets filled in. But right now, I like the way this is shaping up. I like this huge industry. I just want other buildings around here to complement it. And this chappie has got employees. Finally, stops complaining. Whoop-de-doo. What I don't know is what I'm gonna do with this road, because this road has come very, very close to this highway, and I did not expect that. So maybe at some point I will elevate it and make it like a bridge so that I can connect this road underneath it to whatever will develop in and around that space. Alrighty, so I've added this extra whatever it is. This road, I want it to terminate somewhere around here and also act as a back route that will hug this, I don't know, water, whatever this is, down into this space. So we will bring it, terminate it, have some sort of development here. Honestly, it was just an excuse to put something funkadelic here. So this gives access from this road down this way, and coming from here, you've got access to it that way. Alrighty, so with all of those road shenanigans done, I want to turn my attention to the tram network. Now I've put a second tram station or tram depot right here. This is so that we have enough trams to meet our requirements. In total, we should have 30 tracks. Well, 30 trams. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with my language. Anyways, what I want to do is I want to start off by laying a couple of roads down through the city. So we're going to convert a couple of them into the tram networks. So I'm going to have a road that will run all the way back here. We'll convert the road that goes in front of the university. We'll come all the way down, and we'll probably cut one across this way and one down sort of this way as well, so that we can create a whole network in and around the main island, as well as the side, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, that is taking place over there. So let's get into it. Let's convert a whole bunch of these roads, and then we'll set up stations and the actual tram paths. Okay, I think that should give us a nice set of roads that we can use. If we can have a look at what the routes are, well, not the routes, but the roads that support the trams. So we've got, this is so big, it's so in the way. We've got roads that go all the way along down here. It connects up to this one, down this way. So we've got a nice loop going all the way around the university, comes around the back, comes down this way and via that side. And we've got one that connects all the way up here. I had to, oh great, I can actually get rid of that. Awesome. I had to build a small little point here because if you look here, I think the turn here is too sharp, so it doesn't create a turn. So I just created a one-way around for this space. Also, in the circle roundabout that we've got here. I cut it across. The plan is I'll have a loop that goes around and then it just comes all the way down this way. And that's why I only have a one way here, and then we'll have a connection that will go up to here. So with this, let me just put in some of these planters all around this place, and then we'll continue setting up the tram paths. All right, cool. So we've got that in. Such a kind of painful to do considering how long I spent in the video in which we did this roundabout, and then I had to undo all of it and stick this in. Anyways, so we continue all the way back up and we're going around the university. I think I did connect up something here, right? Yes, so we've got something that goes all the way around the university and then it comes all the way back to this side. Now, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put down a couple of tram stops, and then once the tram stops are in, we'll put down the paths that the trams are going to follow. All right, let's get those in. Alright, so that's the overview of where all the stops are. I've tried to space them out as best as I can. I don't know if they're going to be enough or not, but I think they are sufficient. Let's get the first tram route in, and I'm thinking that I will have one that covers maybe just the bottom half, and then one that covers the top half. And yeah, I think that should be a decent enough start, and then we'll take it from there. Right, we've got our routes in. Let's just quickly have a look at what they look like. So if I get into my tram view, I'm going to in fact, let's start off with the first route that we put in. That sits over here. Is there a way to get, okay, there we go, nice and bright. There we go. So there's the first route. It's a simple little one that connects from the train station here, goes out wide to the police station over here, and then connects up this, I don't know, this suburb or whatever we're gonna call it. Then the next one is, I'm guessing I'll probably call this like the University Route 1 or something like that. But that one runs quite a bit. It goes all the way from the train station, runs all the way up this way, past the university, back down, and then closes the loop over there. And then the third one, really the third one is meant to just run in the opposite direction on all of the paths, and there it goes. It does a loop through the downtown, goes all the way up, also past the university, back down again, comes across, comes down, does a loop around here, comes back through, and then completes that path. So this is university route or route, right, however people like to pronounce it, and University Route 2. In fact, it would be better if I just do University Route 1. There we go. And then this one is downtown suburbs, or whatever we're gonna call it. I'm not too fussy about names. Now, I want to put down a bus station, right? And I want to put the bus station down somewhere around here in a future build. So I was contemplating whether to put it in now or not. But you know what? Let's get the buses in, because there's still areas that are not covered by the trams and the trains. So let's start off by plonking down a couple of bus stops, and then we'll plot out a couple of routes through this city and downtown area. Alright, we've got a whole bunch of bus stops in. How I'm going to connect all of these, I actually have absolutely no idea. So, let's start connecting. We'll just make a plan. I think the best way I'm gonna do it is, for now, once I get the bus station, I would like most of the routes to originate from the bus station and then fan out to the different places and come back to the station, sort of in that manner. But for the purposes of today, I'm just going to create a few loops, one that maybe covers most of the downtown, most of this space, and then have one that connects a station, some kind of stop here to this side, and one that connects here to that side, one that connects here to that side, and maybe between this town and the industrial area. And then we'll probably redo all of these bus routes either in the next video or the video after that. So let's get these buses in. Okay, we've got the routes, not at all optimal, not at all. So please do not attack me, not at all optimal. We will find a time when we will make these proper. Right now, I just want to get some routes in. So let's see what they look like. So we've got bus line 1. I can't even see it. Where is it? Bus line 1 is, oh, there we go. So 21, the one that's 21 kilometers long. This is the one that covers this town, and it goes all the way, does a long loop around and comes back. Then we've got the second one. The second one is mainly covering the downtown area of the main city, so in and around this space. And then lastly, we've got this route here that goes all the way out to this area and comes all the way back. So with this one, the long one, I'm going to call this the long route. How creative. Then this one, we'll call it the downtown route. And oh man, my typing is failing me. And then lastly, with this one, we'll call it the I don't know, medium route. In fact, because I do not have names for anything, I cannot say that a specific route is connecting one area to the other. So what I'm going to do very quickly is that I'm going to start designating a bunch of places. So for example, I want this area to be its own little suburb or something, something along the lines of, I think you need to be freeform, my guy. So something that goes around the train station like so. I'm sure you can all appreciate why I had to time-lapse that. But this is our first region. This is Shepherd Glen. I think we can get names for this place. You're welcome to leave suggestions. I think to make it easy, simply say Shepherd Glen : and then what do you think it should be named, and maybe a small story that you might have for the place. And I want this area right here to be sort of a Shepherd Glen, how do we call it, like Shepherd Glen north or east or something of the like, right? Because they are connected in a way quite closely, so it will be nice to have the names kind of match a bit. So I'm gonna rename this to Shepherd Glen Glove, whatever that is, but I want to show that these two are connected somehow. Then over here, let's get one around this end, actually around this space, and then we'll give this tiny little thing its own little name. Emerson Terrace. I cannot explain enough how much I appreciate the fact that I can control things to this level of detail. Oh, it's so much better. We've got our colleges and our universities. It would be nice to give them their own specific names, actually. So let's do this. Let's give these chaps their own names. So let me know in the comments. Let's get a name for the college and a name for the university. Meanwhile, let's get ourselves a downtown north and a downtown south. Lastly, we've got this place. I don't really have a name for it yet. I'm not going to touch it in this video. We'll worry about this in the next video. I want this to be its own town, right? So I would love to get a name for this. I have no idea what to call it. So please leave name suggestions in the comments, and I will pick the one that resonates the most with me. If you want to give it a little backstory, you are more than welcome to do so as well. But what I'm really looking for is just a name for this place, and then we can finally name this town that we started off with. But yeah, everybody, we've got everything in. We are in the spring now, so whoop-dee. It means next video we are very likely going to hit the snowy weather. But you know what? It is what it is. It doesn't matter. We've got trams running through our beautiful runabout over there. We should have buses running around, even though I haven't seen any bus. Where are the buses? Come. There we go. We've spotted one. There's a bus right there. That is super awesome. What is this? This is a tram station. It's not a bus station. So the bus is just making its way, but it's stuck behind a taxi that is just chilling. How amazing is that? Anyways, everybody, that's it. We are done. I think we've covered quite a lot today. We've got our interchange in that has allowed us to hook up our train track. We now have trains running. We now have buses running. We now have trams. And of course, the taxis are running. The taxis don't have any designated taxi signs, but I'm not too... taxi stops. But I'm not too stressed about that because we upgraded our taxi to have the dispatch caller stuff. So they've been running. They've been collecting and transporting people. So all is good. Now, even though we are in spring, a lot of the cinematics were captured before this, because when I was editing, I realized that I didn't put the bus routes, and so I decided to come back in, put the bus routes, and then, you know, go and merge it back into the video. So most of the cinematics are going to be in the summertime, but there will probably be a clip or two that I'm going to capture during this time that will have all the buses that we have just added. buses and the trams. Otherwise, that is it, everybody. I want to say a big thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. It's really appreciated. It really gets a video noticed, and I will be forever grateful. To all of my patrons and YouTube members, thank you all so much for the support. I really appreciate it. Thank you once again, everybody, and until the next one, keep safe, and I shall see you then. Cheers.